All right, so I want to do two things today: market recap, trade recap, and market recap. So trade recap: how to break even trade today. First trade back in about 10ish days. First trade of September. So let's break it down from the hour chart real quick. So coming into the day, we were extremely bearish. I expected us to come down and take this low, which we did. And from there, I was looking to trade some form of a reaction. That was really and truly the goal of the day. Now, from that reaction, I did not take a trade. I saw there was an order block type trade that could have been taken. Didn't take it, wasn't too sure about it. Feel a lot more confident on it because it did now because it worked out. But once we came up and essentially reacted to this here, which is our hourly order block, that's when I started looking for potential shorts. And you can see that very clearly on the 1 minute. All right, so order block, we tap in. What do we have in this area? Well, obviously we have our inverse. All right, boom. Now with this inverse, we didn't have the best entry, just being honest. Entry was all the way down here like that. Let me just confirm. I should slightly higher. So boom, this was our entry. This was our target. These lows here. That's where I had my target, and my stop was above this candle like that. So yeah, this was essentially the trade that I was in, looking to go short. Now, as you can see, I'm out break even on this trade. So what really happened, right? Price came down. We came down. We broke our inverse. I entered pretty much immediately. Price came back up, and then we come back down lower. The moment this candle potentially takes this low out, I was like, all right, cool, break even. Move my stop to break even. And as you can see, it did save me because this would have been a loss. And you know what? That's how it goes sometimes. But what I'm really happy about is that my understanding of where the market wants to go is very good right now. I'm seeing everything very clearly in terms of liquidity to liquidity. And I think going forward for the next few weeks, I'm probably going to go to the end of September, then take a little break, then start back again in October. I pretty much have like a 6-week window, 5 to 6 week window where I can be hyper focused, and then I need at least a week. Usually 2 weeks does me well. It's hard to be off the charts for 2 weeks, but from there I can then start seeing the market very, very clearly again. So yeah, that's essentially what happened. But what I'm really happy about here is my targets, right? Coming into the day, I'll do that later. I'll do that in a separate video right after this. But yeah, this one's really clean. Came down, obviously we didn't bang, and then we had a second push down. Still based off our original idea, which was the sweep. Well, it's not a sweep. The reaction of the H1 order block. All right, and we pushed down, and we came exactly to where I was looking. Now, where was I looking, and why was I looking there? Really and truly, I wanted to take it all the way down to the low, because from a daily perspective, I think we are bearish, and I think we are going to continue lower. But for all intents and purposes, in the way in which I trade, I was looking for a shorter term kind of trade. So we have this low for this particular example, because we were kind of trapped between two areas of liquidity, where we had this low that was swept, which was liquidity, as well as we just swept out all this internal liquidity in here, as well as reacted from the H1 order block. So for me, I was like, all right, where's the safest part that we can take profit and keep it pushing? And that was actually the 50%. So for me, it was where exactly is the closest liquidity to the 50% the price can come into, and for us to get a trade, for us to set our targets for the trade. and that's exactly where this low was, and that's where I was looking for price to come to. And as you can see, the price did do a little bit of putting around and whatnot, and then we came right back down to that area without invalidating the original H1 reaction trade. So yeah, really happy with that. Unfortunately, it's a break even, but you know, it is what it is. And then we move. In the market recap, I'll go through this original trade that I did not take, which was this one, which I will be taking in the future, as well as this short in here, which I did not take, mainly because once we were in here, I was like, you know what, I think that's it for the day for me, because I don't want to risk taking any type of bad trades, which is something I'm gonna have to get over, but it's all right. But yeah, this would have been the second trade, which we'd be targeting the same level. So yeah, that was my trade recap for today, 2nd of September, 2025.